Let me see it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, go ahead. Hey, don't give it to me. You can do it. Right over there. Great job. You did it. La 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 la. There you go. You want some lemonade in it?
Lemonade in it?
All right, let's get some. Whoa, Mom shouldn't have shaken that. Mom shouldn't have shaken that up.
You know, we did so many things for Elliot and to make sure that he was going to have the best path at life that he could possibly have. So we tried many different things.
And then I started asking all of my friends, and most of that communication was via Facebook because I have so many autism friends on Facebook. And then one day this little ad popped up, Instadog, autism service dogs. We talked to them and they had a dog that they were training that if we could raise the funds in time could be Elliot's, and that ended up being Orbit.
Getting Orbit helped Elliot discover a new way of being with people through having a service dog. It added a sense of calm and a sense of having a non-judgmental partner with him around 24/7, and that allowed him to be more open and communicative.
I really feel like Orbit coming into those sessions really helped spark that process, because here's this dog who wants nothing, expects nothing of this child, and just unconditionally loves him.
It was a dramatic difference in Elliot. When he has Orbit, he's prouder, he's more confident. You can just tell by the way he's walking.
We noticed that he was able to go to the dentist and have Orbit by his side and not need drugs to just get through a visit.
When Orbit came home, he became more than just a member of the family. He became the impetus for a whole new way of life for us.
I saw Rick playing outside in the yard with Orbit in a way that I knew he would never get to play with his son. And that was such an amazing moment, seeing him outside playing with Orbit, and I realized that Orbit was going to impact all of our lives, individually as well as a family. I think that when we really realized the impact that Orbit could have on us was when we went into public.
When it's a 180 from feeling judged and ridiculed in public, as opposed to being loved by complete strangers and having strangers say wonderful, impactful, meaningful, moving things to you, that's a huge difference.
People were more kind, more accepting, and it really changed for us how we could live our life, because we felt more comfortable going places, being out in public, participating in life.
And so once we experienced that several times, I think Laura and I, did you see that? Did you feel that?
We realized it was something too amazing not to share, and we started the wheels turning and questioning, how could we do this for other families?
Dude, heel. He looked up at me. That was awesome. That's what he's been doing with you, too.
Good Dog is an autism service dog organization run by an autism family.
That provides autism service dogs to family and children who are experiencing autism.
You got Grom at 18 months?
18 months old, and he just turned 3. When I think that I've got everything planned out, and I don't, thank God the dog's there, because he can help redirect Mac. The dog is like a safety net. We can actually go to Disney and be in this safe bubble, but not be isolated. My son loves to snuggle with him. And then if he snuggles with the dog, that means he's hanging out by me and he's talking to me more. Some of the times that it's really affected me is when I picked him up and he said, I had a rough day today. We'll get stuff going. I said, you can have some time to just hang out. And I walked around and I looked out into the backyard, and he was in the backyard doing a hug command on Grom. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. He had a bad day, but you went and found how to help yourself feel better. One of the benefits that I didn't realize is that he knows that he's on the autistic spectrum, and it does hurt his feelings. It does challenge him, and he gets frustrated. But when it comes to the dog, he's like, this is my dog, and he's my service dog, and he helps me. I said, well, what about Rick and Laura? I said, how did Rick and Laura help? And he said, well, if we wouldn't have had Rick and Laura, we would have never had Grom. And where would we be if we didn't have Grom?
Rick and I compromised quite a bit to get Good Dog up and running. You know, I wasn't paid for 3 years to get it started. Rick is still not paid. He volunteers. So our family sacrifices a lot. But what we get in return is to live this life. We are continually moved by the stories. We get texts on a regular basis from families. You'll never believe what happened today. You'll never believe what my son is doing now. And we live for those moments. Our life is so full because we have dedicated our lives to Good Dog.
Isn't that amazing? If you went to the aquarium without Grom, no one would have talked to you.
There's that? No.
We're so glad to have everybody here. This is what we wanted for Good Dog, to have a community where we could all get together in an unconditional, loving environment. So enjoy yourself in this beautiful place. And thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being part of the Good Dog community. We love you guys. Let's go!
The impact is much larger and much more unexpected than you thought it was going to be when you just signed up to get an autism service dog.
Good Dog really helps families live better lives, more than I ever could have imagined it would.
They'll probably all stay connected and stay in touch with each other. It makes people feel connected to each other and feel like they have somebody to talk to if something's not going right.
I guess I would just say it keeps you on the side of hope, and it keeps you on the side of optimism.
Everybody that gets a Good Dog becomes part of this community, and we impact each other with our stories, with our inspiration, with the connectedness between the group.
What Orbit did as the first Good Dog, and our revelations that we had because of that, and how we're now able to change other lives of other families in the same way, in ways that we never thought when Orbit came home to us.
We feel so connected to these families because we're not just a couple that runs a nonprofit. We are an autism family. So when something big happens for one of our families that no other family could really get why it was a big deal, we get what a big deal it is. We celebrate with them, and we are excited with them, and we get it. All of our families, including us, have the goal and the hope and the joy now that we have the dogs of allowing our kids to live better lives through service dog companionship.